Welcome back to Football Heritage TV. This is the first of many in a series. Man United versus Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League Final. Let's get some predictions. I'm joined by Deji Spurs, Deji Dench. Deji, dustier than Tutankhamun, wonderful t-shirt. How you doing? And talk to me straight off the bat. Man United v Spurs, two really dusty teams this season. What's happening, my man?
Yeah, mate. Savva, thanks. First of all, thank you for the invite. Thank you for having the opportunity to just speak my truth. I'm doing well. Personally, I'm doing all right, but I can't lie to you. I'm nervous.
Okay.
Why am I nervous? I think this has to be the biggest trophy that Spurs would have won. And just listen to the context. If Spurs win, or at least the biggest final Spurs have been involved in, I even think bigger than the Champions League. And I explain why. With the Champions League, it was us v Liverpool. We had an all right-ish season. I know we kind of faded towards the end. But, you know, losing to a Liverpool team, finishing where we finished, disappointing, but not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Here, I actually think it's a case of all or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If Postecoglou gets this over the line and he wins, well, he's saved us from one of the dustiest seasons we've ever seen as Spurs fans.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't win, that's been rubbish. That is what have we been waiting for? Why did we hang on? You know, like there's a lot of questions you're gonna ask yourself as to why didn't we get rid of him when we knew? Why didn't this happen? Why didn't this? You know, it opens up so many cans of worms that I think it has to be the biggest. It's so big, so much riding on it, and also because United has been so dusty as well. That literally is one team saves their season and the other is fully dusty and fully muddied. And that's why I think it's the biggest final we've been involved in.
Do you think, listen, I don't disagree with you. Do you think as well, though, this time, it's almost no longer about winning the trophy. It's about the rewards or what you sow at the other end, i.e. it's Champions League football or it's nothing. And every other team is going to go above Man United and Spurs. You've got you've got Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest and Newcastle there now. Villa are doing good things. So whichever one of these two teams doesn't win, Deji, this is going to be a horrific summer and a really horrible next season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, look, yes, the final, you're getting two for the price of one as Spurs fans. For us, we're getting a trophy, so we get that monkey off our back, and hopefully Champions League football. But I think it's even bigger than just look. Yes, we win the Europa League, we stay in it. We're able to attract players. We have a shout, but I can't help but think that winning is a sigh of relief for either team. It's a relief because at the moment, the only way you can justify one team losing 20 times this season, one team losing 17 times this season is the fact that you focused on the cup. You can't justify that if you don't win. That is why it's more about saving your skin first and then seeing the benefits after.
But it's almost like, you know, Monopoly, when you get the get out of jail free card. Both these teams, let's be honest, both these teams should be looking now and being very embarrassed about what we've done this season. But it's almost all going to get swept under the carpet for either side, depending on who wins. So let's move to the game, Deji. Let's move to the game. You know, neither team are going into it in any sort of form. I think we've won 1 in 10. I think maybe 1 or 2 in 10. It's dreadful. This for me, I'm going to use Deji words. This is either going to be the stinkiest, dustiest final ever, or it's going to be a classic of 4-4, 5-4. Both teams can't defend. Both teams can score loads of goals. How do you think the game is going to go?
Yeah, look, I think the game is going to be, we've seen in Europe so far this season that Ange has actually adapted. He's been more pragmatic in the Europa League than he is in the Prem. So I think it will be pragmatic. Both teams, look, there's so much riding on the game that it will be cagey. I think someone wins in open play. Hopefully Spurs. I think it will be a 2-1. But you know, it's not going to be a great spectacle. There's not going to be loads of goals. We're not going to be playing the high line because Ange cannot afford to lose. But equally, Amarin cannot afford to lose. So a cagey game. The only thing I say is I think Spurs edge it. I say we edge it because we've beaten them 3 times this season. I know it means nothing, but I just think as a unit, we just have a slight edge over that United team. That United team is fully dusty. And as long as we don't do the high line, we could be all right.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the conversations I've been seeing over the last sort of 48, 72 hours is Ange Postecoglou going to treat this as a Europa League match in terms of the tactics, or is he going to see it? Hang on, this is Man United, who are an English opposition who we've already beaten 3 times by playing the Ange ball. Which one are we going to see? Are we going to see that pragmatic side? Because what I will chuck in, Deji, is the difference between me and us and them for me. And I do think we're gonna really stink our way to it here. I think we're gonna win it. But they've got Bruno, who is a creator in chief. All of our creator in chiefs are not fit. What could that mean for the game?
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have our creator in chief, which would be Cooley, because obviously Madders is definitely out, and we're hearing murmurs that maybe Cooley will be out. Then we're done for, to be honest with you, because we've seen a midfield of Bentancur, Paxar, and Bissouma just doesn't work. I mean, it's rubbish. I think we played that midfield against Arsenal, and they ran through us like they weren't there. So look, the only positive thing I would say is our system does rely on the wingers. It relies on our wingers, though, beating a man. And is Brennan Johnson going to beat his man? I don't think so. Is Son going to beat his man? I don't think so. It makes it for... We would have to adopt something we've never done before, which is we would have to go long. That might be the way that we get United. Go long,
really stinky,
and I don't mind how stinky it is. Just do what you got to do and bloody get it over the line. But yes, it doesn't fill me with any confidence. We would need Bissouma, we would need Bentancur to turn into defensive midfielders overnight, and we will need that back line to be as disciplined and as rigid as they can. If we fly forward and leave just Romero and Van de Ven, if I see any invertedness after 2 minutes, I tell you, I might bang my head against the laptop, because you already know he's opening up the floodgates of heaven, and it could just be one-way traffic from there.
Love it. Love it. So listen, I'm going to ask you 3 quick fire questions to end off this mini video. Okay. 1, are Tottenham winning the Europa League?
Yes.
2, if Ange Postecoglou wins the trophy, does he start next season as manager?
No.
If Ruben Amorim doesn't win the Europa League, does he start next season as Man United manager?
Yes.
Well, there you go, everyone. You heard it from Deji. Listen, go and put all your life savings on all of Deji's predictions. It's going to be a stinky 2-1. Ange won't be the manager of Spurs next season. Ruben Amorim will be the manager of Man United. Deji, thank you very much. Just quickly, where can everyone find you?
Deji Spurs, Instagram. And hopefully, come on, you Spurs. Let's get the win. I don't care how stinky. Thanks for having me, Savva.
There you go. I'm going to put Deji's link into the chat. Thank you very much, Deji. Thanks, everybody else. And as always, come on, you Spurs.